actual f is going on with Halo? This is the series that should be Xbox's highest priority, where each release is something that everyone in the gaming world pays attention to. Something that makes a huge impact and gets tens across the board. But for some reason, it's just not. Master Chief has for some reason become the biggest joke in the gaming industry. Phil Spencer seems to be totally fine with letting this happen to Xbox flagship series, and the current developers of the game appear to be trying their absolute hardest to make sure Halo just straight up dies. Why? What the hell is going on here? Why is Halo being treated like it's Haze or something? Halo is supposed to be the reason you get an Xbox, not the reason you throw yours away. Why doesn't Xbox Game Studios seem to care about what's going on? They have this mega game series that at one point was the biggest in the world, and now it seems like it doesn't matter at all if it just crumbles and collapses. But why is that? What is happening behind the scenes? And who is responsible for the abomination that Halo has become? Well, in order to uncover that mystery, we need to look at the history of Halo and what led to this point. Let's go back to 2001. Halo hit store shelves and the world literally could not believe that a game this good was actually real. Halo quickly swept the nation and was considered to be the greatest first-person shooter since Half-Life. From there, things only got bigger and better for Halo. Halo 2 brought better graphics, a bigger campaign with more intense action and excitement, and launched the series on Xbox Live, bringing multiplayer to fans all over the world. Then Halo 3 launched on the Xbox 360, giving us the conclusion to the Halo trilogy, wrapping up Master Chief's story, and allowing fans to create maps and more with Forge. Then the developers of the series, Bungie, decided it's time to move on to something else, and gave the fans of the series one final parting gift. Halo Reach, a game that I feel takes all the best parts of Halo 1, 2, 3 and combines them into one excellent package. At this point, even with Call of Duty being a massive franchise and people loving Battlefield and who knows what else, Halo was still the king and respected by all. But Bungie leaving was a turning point. You see, this is the moment where things started to go south, because without Bungie there, it meant Halo no longer had someone in control who loved the series. There was no longer someone around to take the series to the next level, to tell new stories, to breathe new life into the franchise, to give Halo the attention and respect it deserves to keep the series going for years to come. So what does Xbox do? Well, they make the incredibly stupid decision to create 343 Industries, a studio born to literally carry on the legend of Halo and make sure it continues to be an amazing series that Xbox fans adore. As we now know, this is the worst decision Xbox has ever made. But here's the thing. I've been playing the series since the game first launched, and I've honestly beat Halo 1 on Legendary maybe over 200 times. It was my favorite game ever. I loved everything about Halo and spent countless hours playing every game, reading every book, watching every behind the scenes video, and I was even the biggest fan of Red vs. Blue.
You ever wonder why we're here? It's one of life's great mysteries, isn't it?
Halo was the greatest thing in the world to me. Was being the key word here. The point is, I know what makes Halo what it is. I know Master Chief. I know the story. I know the gameplay. I know Halo. And I would love if you subscribe too. But let me tell you this. Halo 4 is not Halo, my friend. I know that. You know that. It seems like 343 didn't know that. Halo 4 was an actual disaster, a slap in the face to every Halo fan in existence. The game was a mess, and it instantly proved that 343 didn't have a single clue about what made Halo the great series that it was. It was an awful Call of Duty hybrid with everything about Halo being stripped away and blended with something garbage and pieced back together to give us some sort of monstrosity. The campaign was terrible, the multiplayer was worse, and everything new introduced should have been scrapped and thrown straight into an incinerator. There were literally no redeeming qualities about this game, and I'm sure it made a lot of Halo fans drop the series and never look back. But even with the game being complete trash, I remain positive. I thought it was a misstep, that maybe they just made a mistake with this one, and that their next Halo release would be the one that would set everything right. But my dude, I could not have been more wrong. What we got next should be considered as the worst treatment of a beloved franchise ever. The game I'm talking about is the Master Chief Collection. It's actually insane that they were allowed to release this in the state that they did. And once again, it just proved that 343 is inexperienced, mismanaged, and the upper management doesn't give a shit about Halo or understand it or care about it at all. It was a disgrace, and the blame lies entirely on 343. This was supposed to be a gift to the fans. Everything Halo brought together in one beautiful package to experience everything the series has to offer all at once. But it wasn't. It wasn't that at all. It was a nightmare. Nothing worked. It was a disaster on every level, and it proved without a doubt that 343 hates Halo. And not only that, but they confirmed it themselves. They literally hired people that hate Halo, thinking they would be interested in, for some reason, making it good. They're not interested in making it good. They're interested in changing it into something else, something awful, something that's not Halo. And that's what they did with Halo 5 Guardians. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Halo 5 was actually dog shit. Nothing about it was good. It was clear 343 had one purpose in this world: to kill Halo. To kill it so dead that every gamer would forget it existed, and even Xbox would remove it from the Series X packaging. But in the darkness of 343, there was a spark, a possibility of saving Halo and bringing it back to its former glory. Maybe there was someone at 343 that really did care about Halo. Or maybe it was just Phil Spencer finally telling them to stop fucking around and make Halo great again. But an idea was put out there, one that seemed like it could be exactly what Halo fans wanted. And it was called Halo Infinite. But we were wrong. 343 did it once again. They tried their best to make everything as shitty as possible, and they succeeded. First, the gameplay reveal, with lighting so bad everyone thought it was an Xbox 360 game. Then the delays. Constant delays. No campaign at launch, no split screen, no Forge, no systems in place that every other previous Halo game had. It's like once again, they took what Halo should be and beat it down and bullied it so bad that it came out looking like something else entirely. Okay, fine, the campaign wasn't bad. I had fun, but the open world was basically pointless and essentially just replace loading screens with grass that you drove through. The story was a mess. The cutting split screen co-op is an actual punch in the gut to every Halo fan alive, and I just don't know what they're doing. Everything was bare bones, and even though the actual moment-to-moment gameplay of multiplayer was really fun, releasing the game with as little features as it had, and like 4 maps, really showed that they just wanted to get this thing out the door as fast as possible to start reeling in the dollars from the insanely overpriced trash in the item shop. And now, to make things even worse, this disaster of a studio is hit with layoffs. Talented people are being dropped because the studio isn't making enough money. And the one person who was brought in to fix everything, Joseph Staten, the original writer of the series with Bungie, has also left after fixing literally nothing. We've literally been witness to the complete fall of Halo, a collapse of one of the biggest franchises in gaming history. What was once considered the best shooter now doesn't even come up in the conversation. Every other game in the genre has gone so far beyond what Halo has become, and 343 isn't even trying to compete. It's mistake after mistake, excuse after excuse, and delay after delay. 343 is a studio led by incompetent morons who in their roughly 16 years of leading the series have done literally one good thing: adding the grappling hook. And it's sad. It's sad to see what Halo has become, because I know when I think of Halo, I think of the amazing times I had escaping the Pillar of Autumn, or doing the Banshee skip on Assault in the control room, or launching my Warthog 1,000 feet into the air on Silent Cartographer. I remember the first time I escaped from the Flood, my first time beating the game on Legendary and then immediately starting the game up again. I remember giving the Covenant back their bomb. I remember finishing the fight. I remember when I told Cortana to wake me when she needs me. I remember having LAN parties with my friends and playing ranked duos for countless hours on Halo Reach and having the time of my life. I remember the excitement around Halo 2 and 3's launch. How crazy everyone was about finally getting their hands on more Halo. A time when Master Chief was considered a gaming legend. It doesn't seem like it now, but there was a time when Halo truly mattered to the gaming industry, when it mattered to gamers, and when it mattered to Xbox. And now it seems like Halo doesn't matter to anyone. It sucks. And as someone who loves Halo and used to be obsessed with it, I hate to say it, but Halo is dead, and it's 343's fault. So what can be done to fix this? Well, here's what they absolutely need to do. Phil and Xbox can cut 343 from Halo completely. And I should add that while making this video, it seems like that's exactly what they did. Or not, who knows? Just make Halo exciting. Make it fresh. Make Halo a game that people want to play and have fun playing and feel good about being awesome at. Get people on board that love Halo and want to make it the best game possible. Make Halo the best shooter around, not a retelling of her starring Master Chief and Cortana. So drop 343 and make a Halo game that people care about. Make people fall in love with Halo again. Make me fall in love with Halo again. Do it, Phil.
Do it.